Yeah, that's manufacturing D1 coming up to the New Orleans and my intro. Well, I'm using this song. This is your boy DJ Olsen from the State of the Pelicans podcast, and you now tuned in to my channel. Please share this video, like uh, all the YouTube stuff. But we gonna get into it as the New Orleans Pelicans beat the Houston Rockets. Actually, better yet, secure a road win against the Rockets, moving to 22 to 27 on the season and only zero point 0.5 games within the final spot of the play-in tournament. Boy, do we have a good one here for you today. The final score of the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Houston Rockets, as you can see it on your screen. The Pelicans 122 to the Rockets 115. As Lonzo Ball come back off a smaller injury and hit 8 for 15 threes. He scored 27 points and 9 assists. James Johnson, that's gonna be my next video because he's been killing it since he got on the team. But that's hit and not miss. But as James Johnson scored 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 blocks, Willard Hernan Gomez scored 15 and 12 and shot 7 for 7. Uh, I forgot how to say his name. Uh, Olenek, he scored 26, 8, and shot 5 for 13 from downtown. Last name Tate, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 7 from 11 from the field goal. And former Pelican, Christian Wood, he had 15 and 12, shot 8 for 13. But as you can see in your roster, and I want to give a big shout out to James Johnson. James Johnson was in the trade with J.J. Redick and Nico Miller to inform us with James Johnson and Wesley IU. I want to give a praise and shout out to James Johnson, and I don't want this video to be all about James Johnson because I want that to be in a separate video. But like James Johnson, he like okay, hold on, that's it for that. James Johnson, he has been tremendous since he's been on this team. He scored, I believe, 16 in the first game when he first debuted. Hold on, let me see. Let me look it up. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he did. Hold on, let's see. Give me a second, y'all. Oh shit, excuse me. Versus Orlando, he scored 17 points. And versus Atlanta, which is the loss, like both two losses. Atlanta, he scored 16, and against Houston, he scored 18 points. So he has been scoring in double-digit points. And a lot of y'all said that wasn't a good trade. Hell, it's looking like a good trade to me because I got some people that I talked to talking about put Jackson Hayes at the 4. I'm like, Jackson. But we gonna get to the team statistics. But I want to talk about James Johnson. He actually hit a buzzer beater to end the first quarter. I mean, it was a good pull up. Like Like, okay, you gonna leave me wide open? Like, yeah. Um, uh, I don't want to make this. I don't want to make this video too long, but here is the post game interview by James Johnson. My phone. Okay. Certified fresh on. I'm gonna wait till he actually get on the mic because my phone. I'm doing it on my phone, so it could be loud and y'all can hear it. For all y'all Pelican fans. I mean, shout out to Dallas because they actually made a trade with us. I mean, but while we hitting, I mean, while we waiting on that, let's look at the team statistics. Ah, give me a second, y'all. I messed it up. All right, let's look at the team statistics. For all you, for all those who's Pelican fans, James Johnson played 33 minutes. Actually, got his first start as a Pelican because Brandon Ingram and everybody else is out. I bet. He shot 8 for 16, 1 for 5, 1 for 5, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, and scored 18 points. Steven Adams, he came back in the lineup with 12 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 11 rebounds. So he had a double double. Shot 2 for 6 and 5 for 9. And Jackson Hayes as power forward, he gave you he played 29 minutes, shot 11 points. J- hey, y'all sleeping on Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes, he's 6'10" and a couple of inches. But we gonna hit that's a hit and miss with Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes can hit threes. I don't know why he don't shoot, but the man can hit threes. I mean, he like I wish I could pull up the play, but the way he got in the corner and when Lonzo passed the tongue and he called it, he like it was like money, like it's hard to describe Jackson Hayes. Like, don't sleep on him. If so, please put it in the comment section below. If so, if we do put Jackson Hayes at the 4, do you see, and honestly, intentionally, do you see? I don't want to see like an Anthony Davis type player, but do you see that caliber? Like when AD finally got his feet wet with shooting the final, I think that was an overtime, a full quarter, 3 by Anthony Davis. And I think he shot it on Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook or both. I forgot. But if you watch that Oklahoma City game versus New Orleans, I think it was either the fourth quarter or overtime. I'm not too sure. And Anthony Davis shot that three, that inbound three. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. Or do you think I'm off topic with that? Lonzo Ball, he came back in the mix, as I said in the beginning. Lonzo Ball shot 8 for 18, shot 8 for 15 from downtown, 100% from the charity strike, and gave you 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 steals and 4 rebounds. Eric Bledsoe, I'm just playing. Eric Bledsoe, he gave you 19 points, 2 assists, 1 steal, 4 rebounds. Your bench points came from Naji Marshall. He gave you 12 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, a block, shot 100% from the downtown, 5 for 7 from the charter strike, and played 24 minutes. Your next big player off the bench was Willie Hernan Gomez. He gave you 15 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. 12 of them rebounds was defensive rebounds, and pretty much 100% from the whole game, and shot 50% from the charity strike. The kid give you 5. I mean, the kid didn't have a great game. Uh, as you see it for yourselves, guys. Like I say, Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, they are all out. But I believe when we get healthy and James Johnson comes off the bench after Zion and go to work, we can we can make a run because nobody's literally stopping Zion. James Johnson just got on the team and he's scoring in double digits. Uh, Lonzo, he give you like a solid 20 some points. You got Zion Williamson, he gonna give you 20 some points. We just got, matter of fact, he should be on the team, with the team now, as Isaiah Thomas joined the mix. Uh, Isaiah Thomas, he gonna give you like a solid. I mean, he coming off an injury, so I'll give him a solid 15 to 20 points. I mean, 20. That's damn near 100 points, y'all. If you total it up, then you still got. But my thing is, I hope that Stan Van Gundy actually paid attention to what we have on the bench. I'm mad to say that he's still not playing Wayne Gabriel. Why? I don't know. Because if Jackson Hayes was injured, who would you have at the 4? I mean, Steven Adams, of course he came back. I mean, it just hit and I miss. But here's the post game interview by Wayne Gabriel. I mean, not Wayne Gabriel, excuse me, by James Johnson.
Stan was just talking about how, the two of the guys that came to the team have had minimal practice time, and you just haven't had a lot of time to kind of get used to everything, communicate and everything. How much of the experience that you have in the league, obviously being 12 years in, has helped you as far as to play as well as you have so quickly, getting into the lineup like this?
But to play against a great coach like Stan throughout my career, you kind of know what he likes, know what he's into. I have friends that been coached by Stan, but this opportunity to be coached by him myself and to find out firsthand experience is just a real lesson for me. But it's the team. The team really is helping me everywhere I need to be. They're going along with my mistakes. I called the wrong calls probably about 10 times out there that you probably can't even notice because one of my teammates covered for me. Either Zoe cracked back or switched when he wasn't supposed to. Then you see him down there with a big man in the post. It's just the little things that they're doing for me to make my transition smoother. But as soon as I get those terminologies right and get those calls to my guards earlier, I think it's going to be a well-oiled machine, should I say.
Hey, James, Christian Clark here. Lonzo missed 7 games, comes back after that one layoff.
He did?
Just what was it like being out there with him?
I think I speak for everyone. We just had a ton of confidence. That guy works hard. We see the work ethic. We see the amount of work he puts in. But for him to miss all those games and have a rhythm like that, that just shows his confidence in himself and what he's capable of doing every night for us.
And just what have these games been like for you? Like you said, all of this is so new for you, but you're not the only guy in those shoes. Like Wes is new for him. Naji's getting his first real minutes. I mean, what's it been like out there with so many guys kind of figured it out on the fly?
Like I said, it makes it easier when our best players, the B.I., Zion, Zoe, are really Jay Hart, really helping us out where we need to be, play calls, pointing where we need to be. So like I said, without those guys and their knowledge like that, you can only do so much, But they're making it comfortable. They're swinging it. Wes hit a big shot tonight. Naji hit a big shot tonight, and I think that was what propelled us for this win.
Hey, it's Andrew Lopez from ESPN. Kind of build on that a little bit. The end of the game situation. It's a lot of guys who it's new pieces. It's Lonzo goes out of the cramp. You and Blair are really kind of the vets out there. You just kind of lean on that in that situation where you have some new guys and new pieces. Let's get to the guys who have been here before.
I think that's the time where I think me and Blair look at each other and we know we got to stay solid, man. We gotta do everything right because them young guys is leaning on us at that point. They're looking to us for the right calls to where they be. Not a lot of guys in that situation, especially that fourth quarter situation, late clock, late game. Really know what to do in that situation or really have prepared for a situation like that. So, keeping the ball in Blair's hand most of the time and give me a little opportunity to mix in a couple of handoffs or come off screens, I think really discombobulated their defense a little bit tonight.
Thank you, no stranger to switching teams, getting acclimated to a new squad. How does this transition to the Pelicans compare to previous ones, especially in such an odd year with COVID and the games coming so quickly, practices being scant far between?
It just gives you more of an opportunity to, if you stay ready throughout this COVID thing, and you stay ready when you're not playing, you don't have to get ready. And I feel like that's what the case was for Wes and Naji, how he's looking out there. But I just feel like stay ready. You don't have to get ready. When you're on the bench not playing, you should really be looking at the plays that the opposition is running, what we're running, what you would do if you was in there. Get a feel for it mentally, and I think it goes a long way.
All right, thank you, James.
I appreciate y'all.
Well, that was James Johnson, y'all. As you heard it from himself. I have another post-game interview, and it is from Lonzo Ball. But as you're looking on your screen, I'm playing the highlights of the game. And like I said, shout out to James Johnson. I mean, I was. It's like too hard to explain, but I have a guy, well, a friend, and he was like, "We should put Jackson Hayes at the 4, and do this and do that." I mean, it worked out. Like I said, I don't know why Sam Van Gundy is not playing Wayne Gabriel, because Wayne Gabriel can play that position as well. But it worked out for both of us because Jackson Hayes scored 11 to 12 points in this game, playing at power forward. Naji Marshall scored 12. James Johnson scored 18 in this game. I mean, like when I told him James Johnson, and he was looking at James Johnson stuff, I'm like, yo, that's a good trade. Don't sleep on James Johnson. He like, man, I don't like that trade. I'm like, okay. This man haven't hit me back yet. I texted him because I came late home that night. I'm sorry, y'all. But I came home that night. I came home late that night. And I texted him, I'm like, yo, I guess that means we both right because James Johnson been killing it for us. And this man haven't texted me back yet. But here's the post-game interview by Lonzo Ball.
How impressed have you been with James Johnson as far as just being able to step in and play as well as he has in these 3 games with minimal practice time and being around the team?
Very impressed. He's been a key component. Like you said, these last 3 games, just pretty much just getting thrown into the fire. We got a lot of guys out, and we kind of just look to him to produce offense. He allows us to switch on defensive end as well. So his production has been amazing.
Lonzo, Stan just talked about kind of how your shot has changed game to the league and how it's a very difficult thing to do. I mean, is that a point of pride for you? I mean, just the mechanical changes you made and the way it has paid off?
I mean, this is my job. We're paid to get in the gym. Came in, my shot wasn't working. Pretty much all the credit goes to Fred. Got me, like I said, when I first came here the first week, and we've just been grinding ever since, and you can see the work paying off.
Yeah, we saw you catch the crap at the end of the game, but you have to listen so much time. How difficult was this physically to do as much as you were asked tonight, minutes-wise, offensively carrying what you did?
I got a little tired at the first, but then after that, I felt good. I was locked into the game all the way up until the cramp. I felt fine, and I was telling Stan to leave me in, and he trusts me, to be in there and help the guys out. So I tried to play as much as I could tonight.
Hey, so how difficult was that fourth quarter with Steven was out at that point, Q was out at that point. You guys played a bunch of different line combinations that probably had to stuff on a walk together over practice. How difficult was that to try to get by in the fourth quarter?
I mean, I was just proud of the guys. Like you said, we had a lot of lineups out there that we're not familiar with, but at the end of the day, we all played hard and came out victorious. So no matter what was going on out there, we band together as a team and ended up finishing the job.
Yeah, you talked about the work you did on the mechanics of the shooting. How much has it been an emphasis as far as moving off the ball, finding the areas so you can get those shots off? How much do you need to improve in that area?
Yeah, that's kind of been the next phase. That's what we've been working on, recently. Trying to come off pin downs, floppy screens and stuff like that. Of that nature, just to get up, a couple extra threes and, they're balling tonight.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, that was Lonzo Ball, as you heard it from him. Scoring his career high and 3 points of the season. Next, we're going to hear from the man himself, Mr. Stan Van Gundy.
Certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I mean, I thought our guys played hard. We made a lot of defensive mistakes with that lineup, and their bigs hit a lot of threes. Their bigs and Tate, the guys our bigs were guarding. We've got to try to be a little bit better because we're down on guards, so we're going to have to play big, and we've got to be able to do a better job. But that's tough. I mean, it's tough when you've got bigs out on smalls.
But here's my thing, why is he not playing Carl Lewis Jr.? Why didn't he believe him?
Well, yeah, I mean, his shooting really, really helped us, and I thought he played well defensively. Yeah, he just cramped up at the end of the game, but look, the guy wanted back in the game. I mean, I took him out to get a rest in the third quarter. Things went south, and he just said, "Put me back in." I was like, "All right, sounds good." And he went back in, and We gave him one little minute there in the fourth quarter, and then we gave Bled about a minute, and that was it. Those guys had to finish. And then when Lonzo went down, Bled was the last man standing, the only starter we had left to go down the stretch. So, guys like Naji and Wes, Jackson playing all of his minutes at the 4 spot, not at center. Billy played a lot of minutes in a row and was tremendous. James, we've had for a week, and we played him at the 3 tonight. He'd been playing all 4, so guys had to do a lot of different things. So it was a great win to get, and we made some plays down the stretch and got some stops. So thankfully, very, very good.
Yeah, Coach, kind of leading into the next question here. You're sitting there with 3 minutes left in the ball game, looking at who's on the court. There's no way in the world I would have envisioned each 5 or 4 at the same time. But those guys were able to finish it out.
Yeah, they did. They fought hard, and sometimes that's all it takes. Like, just have some fight in you. We made some plays down the stretch, but we fought hard, and we got some rebounds, and that's what really matters.
Do you think in the third quarter, especially the early stage of the third, that your team got a little 3-point happy, and that allowed Houston to kind of get back into it?
I say this all the time, Todd, and as much as I love all you people in the media, that's the one that always cracks me up. When the ball's going in from 3, you guys talk about what great ball movement and boom, 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 and then when you're missing, they're settling for 3. It's like, how do you want guys to select, do shot selection, I mean, no, they were good shots. We didn't make them. Those were good shots. So, no, maybe we should have had the ball hit the paint first more. I mean, I'll admit that. But listen, our main paint attack guys are not in there right now. So it makes it a little bit tougher to play that way. I thought the problem in the early third quarter was our transition defense. It just wasn't good enough. It wasn't hard enough. No sense of urgency. And transition defense has been a little bit of a problem as it is, and that's something we just got to take care of.
Yeah, I mentioned before we have another question about the 3-point shooting. With Lonzo, I mean, when he came into the league to where he is now, it's just a completely different shot. How impressive is that? I mean, a guy just, has a complete mechanical overhaul, and for him to get to the point where he's at, he's an outside shooter right now.
And from last year to this year in his free throw shooting. Last year the chance of him getting fouled on a 3 and go to the line and make 3 would have been slim and none, right? So you have to give him a ton of credit, because it's hard for guys to make those kind of changes anyway. But when you've had as much success playing basketball in your life as Lonzo Ball has, to be the number 2 pick in the draft and to have the humility to say, I need to change something. I need to get better. And then to come in and do the work he does with Fred and put in that time and effort. I mean, that's something to really be admired. I think players especially, don't understand sometimes the meaning of humility. It's not modesty. Humility isn't saying, I'm really not that good, and not getting into an ego thing. Humility is being able to sit back and realistically look at, what do I have to do to get better? And that's a tough thing for a lot of guys. And I think what Lonzo's done over the last 2 years to improve his shooting is one of the best stories in this league. Obviously, I'm biased sitting here, but if you listen to me last year when I was doing commentary, I was saying the same thing, even before I was coaching, because that's a hard thing to do. And he made a total overhaul of his shot, from the way he shot the ball coming up through high school, college, and his first couple of years in the NBA. And
well, I ain't gonna play the whole 11 minutes of that, because this video about to be 30 minutes. But you get the point. I would like to play a lot of post-game interviews, but you have heard it today. As the Pelicans get a win versus the Houston Rockets and advance to 22-27. Before I end the video, let's look at the standings. As game 1, the Rockets beat us. Game 2, we beat them. And game 3, we also beat them as well. Let's look at the standings. Right now we are 22-27. That is our record for right now. As we play tomorrow, Houston just lost. They are now 13-36. Now the full standings is we are 9, 10, 11. We are 1, 2, 3. I'm pushing for that 7th seed. We do not have to play the Utah Jazz. We might could pull by the Phoenix Suns. But if we get the AC, it's cool. We just got to deal with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert and whoever else they got over there. But that'll do it for this show. My next video will be on James Johnson in his past 3 to 4 games. You've heard it from me. You've heard it from the Flock Nation. Our next matchup is the Atlanta Hawks. This is a rematch. So, I mean, we do have Isaiah Thomas. Hopefully that can change the outcome of this game. But we don't know. Let's see. You tuned in to the State of the Pelicans podcast. My name is DJ, and I'm signing out.